everybody, and welcome back to the second half of my not in front of the camera. Welcome to the second half of my Summerween vlog. If you have not seen the first part, I would highly recommend. I'll have it linked somewhere like up here or in the description for sure. So if you want to check it out, I think you should. But this is the second half. It's currently Monday, July 18th, I think. So I have 4 more days of the readathon, and I've really been slacking on reading so far. I've only finished one book, which is The Ghost Tree. I really need to, you know, get it in gear. I've really been focusing on finishing my Cardigan this week, which I think maybe I can finish today. I keep saying that, but I don't know if that is something I can do, but hopes are high. I think I might be able to do it, but the ribbing is taking me quite a bit, so we will see. We will see indeed. But as for what I've done today so far, I listened to a little bit more of Ghostland. What is the tagline? Like a history of America and haunted places. Maybe it's something to that effect. But the first part of this book just focused on haunted homes and mansions and all of those kinds of more personal homey spaces that are haunted, and I really liked that part. I love a good haunted house, and I've been looking up pictures of these houses while I have been hearing about the history of them, and it's just been a really good time. And the second part of this book, which I'm on right now, focuses on more like stores and hotels, and I think there's gonna be one about a brothel, and that's really interesting too. So far they've talked about that one haunted ship, what is it called, the Queen Mary maybe, and then they also talked about the Stanley Hotel, which I'm sure you know is what The Shining is based on. Like that's what the Overlook Hotel is in real life, which I would love to go there someday. I feel like it'd be so cool. But that was really fun because while I don't like The Shining that much, I love the concept of it, and the house being the antagonist is really cool. I love books like that, which is also why I love The Haunting of Hill House, and I need to find more books in that vein because I just have really enjoyed that concept in both of those. So I definitely want to look into more nonfiction about haunted places all around the world. I feel like in a place with a much richer history would be even more interesting than what I'm already hearing about. I would just love to hear some stories about buildings with really old Gothic architecture and just like real life ghost stories, you know, like not just fiction. So that sounds really fun, and I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because listening to nonfiction, I think I'm kind of loving because it kind of feels like I'm listening to a podcast, and I love that. So I'm really enjoying that book, and I'm really glad that I decided to just pick up the audiobook for it, and definitely gonna be listening to some more of it today while I work on my Cardigan. And then also I'm hoping to finish Dead Voices today as well. I'm on page 73 out of like 230, and it didn't take me very long to read these 70 pages at all, so I think that's very doable, and that is definitely what I'm going to be aiming for today. And then I'm also again going to be trying to finish my Cardigan. I'm gonna watch Eclipse later while I work on that, and I just think that's gonna be a good time. So those are kind of the preliminary plans for the day. We got Fritz in the back cleaning herself, not in front of the people, Fritz. Very unladylike, but oh, big yawn. But anyway, I will talk to you guys a little bit later once I have read some more of Dead Voices. And yeah, I'm just really excited for the second half of this readathon, so let's get into it. Okay, it's a lot later. My Cardigan is just about done, but I need to weave in all of the ends, and I will show you that tomorrow. But tonight I'm going to focus on actually doing reading in this vlog. But before I get into that, I thought we could do a little candy taste test. I went to a Russell Stover's outlet like a couple of weeks ago, and they had this candy left over from Halloween, which like may be gross, but I was intrigued enough to try it. So I have 2 that I thought we could give a little, you know, taste test and whatnot. So we have candy corn marshmallow in white fudge, and then we also have orange marshmallow in milk chocolate, which sounds like it could be good. I don't know though, to be honest. I'm gonna start with the candy corn marshmallow just because it kind of sounds gross, and I just want to end on the one that I think isn't gonna be as bad. So it's also supposed to be shaped like a pumpkin, so I'll be the judge of that. They tried. It's It's not that it's bad, but I really just feel like I ate a mouthful of sugar. I guess that's kind of what candy corn is, huh? Well, A+ for marketing. I got what they told me I was gonna get. I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not awful, but it's just so, like, it doesn't really have much of a taste aside from sugar. So let's try the orange marshmallow. This one I feel like could be good. I really like orange and chocolate together. I don't know how I feel about the smell of that. Another questionable pumpkin. Let's just go for it. It tastes super artificial orange and in a really bad way. This one, I'm just gonna get a 2.5 out of 10. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. After eating all that chocolate, I really want to go chug like a bottle of water, so I'm gonna work on that. And then I'm going to start and hopefully finish Dead Voices. So I'm excited. Let's get into the reading. I draw the line at little ghost children running around hallways giggling. I don't know what it is, but like that gets me more than anything else, is tiny, malevolent children. Not into it. I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hello everybody, it is Tuesday morning and I have the best news because I finished my cardigan. And I don't know if you care, but I'm gonna show you the finished project anyway because I'm just so excited about it. So honestly, I love it. I just think it's so cute and I'm so happy with the final result. And yeah, little 360. I'm just so happy. Anyway, I'm gonna give you like a proper update now. I'm not wearing my cardigan right now just because it is too hot to wear it for prolonged periods of time, but I love it so much. I will definitely leave the video that I used to make that in the description in case any of you want to do it as well. I thought it was really easy. I made a couple of minor adjustments to it, but I'm just so excited about it. Anyway, I actually finished Dead Voices last night and I really enjoyed this book. It took a different turn than what I was kind of anticipating, but it was like a really cool turn. There's like this mirror in the lodge that they're staying at that they can actually go through, and it's like a different world in the same like setting, but there's a bunch of ghosts and scary things. There's also a cool tie-in to the first book, which I didn't see coming, even though I feel like I should have. But with like everything I read, I never see anything coming, so that was really fun. Also, I feel like if I was 12 reading this book, I probably would have been like terrified. You know, like it's honestly kind of spooky. I wasn't like scared, but I heard like a noise last night while I was reading this. And I was like, ooh. So that was just really fun. And I think I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the last book in this series, which I don't know what that's called. The last one is called Dark Waters. And while I don't really like books that take place in water, I really like the main characters of the series, and I really like the way that Catherine Arden writes horror-ish, you know, kind of books. As for my plans for today, I think I'm going to be starting The Girl from the Well by Rin Chupeco. This one isn't super long, if I could get a page number. 255 pages. So like theoretically I should be able to finish it today, but I don't know. But I am excited to read this one. It looks kind of scary, but also I think like this girl, the main girl, what's her name? Okiku, is the main character. So I don't really know if it's gonna be like that scary considering we're reading from the perspective of the horror element in the book. But honestly, what do I know? So I'm excited to jump into this one and hopefully it'll be kind of scary. I don't know. we will see. So yeah, that's kind of the working plan for today, but that could all change. I also need to finish Eclipse. I watched like 45 minutes of it last night, and now I'm really excited to watch some more, so I'm definitely gonna do that. Anyway, that's it. I will talk to you guys a little bit later. I have the worst idea, which I will talk about in a moment, but first of all, I will give you an update on The Girl from the Well. I'm really enjoying it so far. Rin Chapecto's writing style in this is really interesting. There's a big focus on like repetition. She makes like breaks in the page and like just writes things interestingly, and it's keeping me engaged, honestly, and I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go, because I literally had no clue. I hadn't even read the back of this book yet. I saw somebody reading it and I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up too. But there is this boy who's like 17. His name is Tark, and our main character Kiku is in his house that he's moving into with his dad, and she is very interested in him, and he has these like full sleeve tattoos and they appear to be moving, which is really interesting. And I'm just really intrigued to see where that's gonna go. Excited about reading that. As for my terrible idea, also, don't mind that. I was trying to get the pumpkin in the shot earlier, but I've actually decided I think I'm going to start crocheting another cardigan. Even though I said earlier today that I really don't want to do another of those anytime soon, I saw the coolest thing. And if I can find a picture of it, hang on, I need to find a picture of it. This is kind of the inspo for what I'm going for. I'm not gonna do it quite like this one, but somebody made Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, like her dress, which I love her dress, into like a cardigan, a crochet cardigan. And I was like, that's the coolest idea ever. I love Nightmare Before Christmas so much, so having, oh, I just think it'd be so cool. It is gonna take me, oh my god, it's gonna take me forever. And I just kind of want to look at her dress and like take my own inspiration from it, because that is such a cool idea and I would love to have one. Even though I literally just finished making that cardigan, I kind of feel like empty now that like my project that I've been working on for a whole week, like it's all I've been thinking about and all I've been doing for the last week, and now that it's finished, I'm like, what do I do now? You know, like I could read, obviously, and I'm going to, but I really want to start this cardigan. Like, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna do like a little mock-up, work with the colors on, I have a little template for how the other cardigan that I made is like laid out, so I'm gonna like see how that works and like assess the feasibility of it, and then I might have to go to the craft store later to pick up some more yarn, because I'm like completely out of yarn. This is like all I have left. So you thought the crocheting was over, so did I, but unfortunately it's not. So I'm gonna see if that's a thing that I could potentially do, and then I might be going to Joann's later, so yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit later and I'm so excited about this cardigan now. Like, I have to make it. I've made a little mock-up of what I'm thinking for colors and placement and patterns and all that stuff, and I'll put it on the screen right now, and I'm so excited about it. So I think I honestly like have to do it. Like, I'm just so excited about this concept that I think I have to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna eat dinner in a couple of minutes, but then after that I'm gonna head out to Hobby Lobby and Joann's, probably, just because I'm looking for very specific yarn colors and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find them, but I thought I would take you guys along for a little yarn shopping. But this gives me an excuse to listen to even more audiobooks, so I'm gonna finish up Ghostland for sure. I actually listened to a little bit while I was doing the little mock-up thing, and honestly the segment that we're in right now is kind of boring. Not gonna lie. I'm only half paying attention to it because I don't really care too much about they're talking about like prisons and asylums, and I don't know, like I feel like that could be interesting, but it's just not grabbing my attention. However, in this segment of the book as well. It's going to talk about graveyards and cemeteries, which I'm excited for. Yeah, I did not think I was going to be starting yet another crochet project, but I'm just so excited about this now. I can't not do it. So yeah, let's go to Hobby Lobby and Joann's and any other craft store that I can find within a reasonable radius, and I will see you guys there. Hello everybody, it is Wednesday afternoon and I have a couple of updates for you guys. First of all, last night I finished Ghostland, A History of America and Haunted Places, I think. And I don't know. The thing is, it started out so strong because the first section covered haunted houses and mansions and those kinds of places, which I love so much. Give me a haunted house story any day, I will eat it up. And just hearing like the history and background behind like famous haunted houses was so cool. But then it kind of fell off for me. I just wasn't that interested in the places that the author chose to talk about for the rest of the categories, and I was kind of just ready for it to be over. So I'm glad that it's done, but I didn't love it. But I do definitely want to look into some more books that specifically focus on haunted houses, maybe like more nonfiction like that, because I think if I find one that solely talks about haunted houses, I will be into it. So it wasn't bad, and I'm really glad I decided to pick it up, but it did disappoint me just a little bit. I also started some work on my cardigan, which I'm really excited about. The thought of making the cardigan itself, not that exciting, because the last one took forever, and this one is going to take even longer because I'm doing like solid squares instead of a granny square, so these take time to like make, and there's so many that I have to make, so that's like kind of daunting. But I just think it's going to be really cool if I can get it done and do it well, so I'm really excited. Here's some of my progress. I really like this one and the swirl design on it. I feel like it looks so, and I'm just so excited. I also have like a striped one that I made, and I'm working on these teal ones with spots. As for my plans for today, I have a few. First of all, I'm going to prioritize reading some of The Girl from the Well. I'm just really excited to see where this story goes and what Rin Chupeco is going to do with it. I think it'll just be intriguing because I already am very fascinated by everything that is going on, you know? And then I'm also going to read some more of Carmilla tonight. I definitely need to prioritize Carmilla because I only have certain periods of the day that I can read it, so I need to read like half tonight, half tomorrow. So, and then in a couple of minutes I'm going to be baking some pumpkin muffins. We're doing like the little cheesecake swirl thing on top. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying, but you'll see what I mean in a couple of minutes here. They look scrumptious, frankly, and I'm super excited about it. I know I think you're supposed to eat the spooky treat while you're reading, but I think I'm gonna eat it while I watch the rest of Eclipse and crochet. And after that, somebody's here. Oh, it's a little somebody. Oh, she does not like that. Winnie's here too. Where is she? Here she is. Oh, they just showed up at my door. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. What was I saying? I got very distracted. Oh, you're in for it now. Sorry, they keep distracting me. What was I saying? Okay, Twilight, right. I think I'm like 45 minutes into it and they're attacking my curtains. This update's not happening. I'm gonna watch Eclipse and I'll talk to you later. Hello everybody, it is officially Thursday, the last day of the readathon, which does make me rather sad, but I'm going to focus today on finishing at least one of the books that I'm currently reading, and I might add another one, but I'll talk about that in a sec. So as for reading updates, I ended up reading about 30 pages of Carmilla last night, and I'm just, you know, enjoying it. It's not gonna be a favorite, and I'm thinking Dracula's better, but it's not bad. And it is entertaining, at least. I like seeing the dynamic of a female vampire versus a male vampire. I just feel like the way they interact with their victims is very different, especially in this book because it is rather sensual in the way that she is interacting with our main character. So I'm gonna be interested to see how that all ends up and just what the resolve of this book is, because it's so short, so I don't exactly know how far the story's gonna go. This is the one book that I'm like, I need to finish this today. I think I have like 70 pages left, so I should be able to do that. That's not too bad. And I really did not read much of anything from The Girl from the Well yesterday. Probably like 10 pages. So those are the potential reading plans for today. Also an update on my muffins that I made yesterday. They were so good. Like, they're seriously delicious. Probably one of my favorite things I've baked. They taste a lot like the Starbucks pumpkin muffins because they also have like that cream cheese frosting on top. But honestly, I kind of feel like these are better because it's just kind of mixed into the batter, and there was just something about it that I preferred. So they were really good. Pat on the back to me for being a mediocre baker. So yeah, I'm going to make the most of this last day of the readathon. It's honestly just so sad because then I have to go back to like actually accepting that it's summer, and it's gonna be like 104 on Saturday. Fahrenheit. Not into it. I really can't do it. Many questions. Something just happened that was mentioned like so casually. Okay. All right, that's what we're doing. Okay, so it is a little bit later. I've been doing a decent amount of reading in The Girl from the Well, and I'm now on page 166. So I have like less than 100 pages to go, I think. And I wouldn't say I'm loving it, but I wouldn't say I'm disliking it either. It's a very weird story. I like the way that it's told. I'm like kind of interested in it, but I think I might listen to the audiobook for the rest of it just so I can do some more crocheting. And I don't really want to read it physically, you know. I feel like this is a good story to have told to you just because it's, I just don't know. You know, I don't know. It is kind of scary, but not in like a terrifying way, you know, just gruesome things are kind of happening. There was just this one chapter in this book. I think it's the one that I just read, or maybe it was 2 chapters ago. It was chapter 15, and we took like this really abrupt break from the narrative to follow these 4 boys who murdered a girl and like mutilated her body and left her just lying in their bathroom because they wanted to, what was their reasoning? It was absolutely atrocious. It says she was nothing more than an experiment, a small price to pay for the thrill of taking a life. But the way it was put in here was just like really abrupt, but it kind of felt like something I would see in like a Junji Ito book, you know? Like, it was just weird enough that personally I would like to see some visuals for. Like, not like gruesome visuals, but I feel like, I don't know, just like something about it really gave me a Junji Ito vibe. But just that chapter, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of it. I don't know, it's probably feeling like a 3 stars. It's not amazing, I don't really know if I would recommend it, but it's interesting enough. I like the concept of following around Akiku, and there's also this other ghost who's like more malevolent that is following around like the other kind of main character, Tark, and that part's interesting, but I just don't know if I'm like that interested in the story. I'm definitely gonna finish it today though. I was kind of questioning whether or not I could get myself to read the rest of it. So yes, I'm going to listen to the rest of that while I do some more crocheting. My cardigan is coming along nicely. I'm happy with how it's turning out. So that's that, and I will talk to you guys later. Hello all, it is much later. I think it's like 8 p.m. now, and I finished The Girl from the Well a couple of hours ago. I didn't like it that much. It wasn't like awful, but it just wasn't like super engaging or anything. I do, however, like the family dynamic that was kind of central here, but at the root of the story it involves Callie, who is taking care of her younger cousin Tark, who is going through a real rough time, and I just liked the focus of a family dynamic as opposed to like a relationship dynamic that is used in so many books, which, don't get me wrong, I love a good relationship dynamic, but it was nice to switch it up a bit and read something a little different. I just wish I would have liked the rest of the book more, but it was okay. This also completes my 3rd prompt that I'm doing this readathon, which is read a book with Halloween colors on the cover. I do love this like greenish and black combo for Halloween. It's very like spooky horror, you know what I mean? Let's go complete the 4th one by finishing the rest of Carmilla in the Dark. I have 4 hours until the end of the readathon, which again makes me so sad, but we won't go into it. So I'm gonna go finish this, and then I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning once I have finished it. Okay, I've read like 3 pages of Carmilla, but I was reading this footnote. It was talking about secret passages in this gorgeous castle that the characters live in this book, and there was this little story in the footnote that was honestly kind of scary. And I thought a fun way to end off this readathon could be for me to read you this scary footnote in the flickering candlelight. Ooh, spooky. Better get on my narrating voice because here we go. Half a century before, a serving girl followed the sound of a baby crying into one of those secret passages, the entrance of which was hidden behind a particularly gruesome tapestry of Leda and the Swan, which I think is from Greek mythology, if I remember correctly. I feel like that has something to do with the story, like some sort of symbolism. I just don't know what it is. It is said that when her eyes adjusted to the darkness, she saw a figure crouched against the stone wall, holding a swaddled mass. When the figure looked up, the serving girl reported its face was her own. As for the bundle in its arms, when the figure stood to its full height, the blanket fell open and nothing was there. The serving girl was found by her screams. The family was kind enough to pay for the many doctors and priests who would eventually attend her bedside. I know I said something about like creepy children earlier and how like I can't do that. You know what I can't do even more than that? Crying babies when there's no baby there. No. I'm getting like goosebumps thinking about it. I can't do it. I really can't do it. Like, that has literally nothing to do with the story. It's just a footnote that like the editor added in here, but I was like, absolutely not. I'm gonna get back to reading because I've literally only read like 4 pages. It looks like he's reading. Gonna put on my ghost socks. Ta-da! So I am here to kind of wrap up the readathon. Fritz is here. Oh, is this your update now? Do you see her? I just love fall, I love Halloween, so getting to spend a week doing all of those fun things in the middle of summer when I wasn't going to be doing anything better anyway, I loved it. So I ended up reading 5 out of these 6 books that I had on my mini TBR for this week, and then I also hit 4 out of the 5 prompts that you could potentially do for Summerween. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm quickly going to show you what those 5 books are. First up, I have The Ghost Tree. I ended up giving this one a 3.5 stars, I think. It was really fun. I liked the story a lot. The ambiance was very spooky, which was exactly what I was looking for, so this is a really good pick, and I need to pick up more Christina Henry ASAP. The next book I finished was Dead Voices by Catherine Arden. I love this series so much. I'm giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to pick up the next one. Then I finished Ghostland: A History of America in Haunted Places. This one is okay. I don't rate nonfiction, so it doesn't have a rating, although I am commandeering this font that's on the title because I love it, and I've used it for all of the titles that are in this video because this like old-timey kind of spooky font, I fell in love. It's like honestly one of the reasons I picked up the book, so I got something out of it at least, and I did like the first part of this. So then I finished The Girl from the Well by Rin Chupeco. Again, this book was like a very slow, kind of creepy story, but it wasn't scary. I think I'm gonna give this one a 3 stars as well. And then we have Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. It was okay. I liked the story. The thing is, it's so short. It's only like 140 pages in this edition of it, but there's like not a lot of writing on the pages if you can see it, so I feel like it's honestly even shorter. So it was hard to like connect with any of the characters, and I appreciate what it did for vampire stories, but I think I prefer Dracula, even though Dracula did drag in some places, so maybe I just need a book that's like a good in-between length, you know? Something not too long, not too short. At any rate, I'm definitely going to be checking out other classic vampire stories at some point in time, just because I did like, you know, going back to the roots. That was fun. So yes, these are the books that I read this week. I also finished this cardigan this week, which I had to wear for the outro because I love it so much. And I will also give you a quick update on my Nightmare Before Christmas cardigan. It's looking really good so far. I'm really excited with how it's going. I need to get Fritz in this shot so we can say goodbye together. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the vlog. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below. If you participated in Summerween, how did it end up for you? Or if you did not participate in Summerween, just tell me how you're doing today. I'd love to know. So yeah, me and Fritz. We'll see you in my next video.